Hi, everyone. Good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. I greatly appreciate them. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is available to you when you see it. It is originally created for Friday the 10th of June, but if you're watching it on a date other than that date, that's okay. If the message still makes sense, please feel free to utilize it. I believe that spirit, our higher selves, our God, our guides can lead us to the messages when we need them rather than when they were originally created for. So keep an open mind when looking at any of my videos. If it fits, utilize it. Please check out the drop-down menu underneath the video, just because there's housekeeping rules in there, things I want you to think about when utilizing any of my readings. Information on what decks I'm using in case you're wondering what deck is in use, and how to support the channel. Different ways you can support the channel, like right away, is hitting that thumbs up button. It greatly helps me. Subscribing if you're new to me and hitting the notification bell. I do put up a video every day. This is a collective shared reading, so I do speak in broad terms. You have to figure out if and where it pertains to your life around whatever situation. It's not necessarily going to work for all people, and if it doesn't fit in your life, that's okay. It doesn't mean that anything's wrong or that you're doing anything wrong. It's not like you're not on your path. You just might be working on something different than the majority of the people that will tune into this video over time. So I trust that, Spirit has a plan, let's say. So let's get into this reading and see. And also share the video out and leave me a question or comment on the videos. I do read them all, and those are great ways of showing support and showing activity on the channel. I am trying to grow the channel, so please help me in that by sharing it with your friends, on your social medias, that sort of thing. All right, so let's see what's going on in the cards today. You will hear me refer to the underpinning energy, which is from Sunday's reading, which will populate in the lower left-hand corner of the screen at the end of this video. If you want to watch that, feel free to do so. It might give you a little bit more understanding as to what I'm talking about, but it's just another layer that exists underneath the cards that we're looking at for today. Okay, let's see what we got going on. Sorry. Oh, the Fool. Hi, little guy. How cute is he? How cute is he? Okay, the Fool is associated, I believe, with the planet Uranus or Uranus, depending on how you want me to talk to you. But if I call it Uranus, you have to pay me $1.99 a minute. Let's just say that. Anyways, Uranus is kind of like an outlier planet. It's a little bit sketchy. Brings with it new sort of unexpected things as a rule, is my understanding. I mean, I have a very kind of mishmash, hodgepodge understanding of astrology, I'm going to be honest, but I do find it interesting and I do study it, and there's certain things that I do know about it. But as far as the outlier planets, like Pluto is the big transformer. I mean, the great transformer, he's really like shrouded in darkness and usually comes with like sort of hard messages or there's people that work in Pluto energy, which they do like very intense shit. There's a whole like subset of astrologers that do that sort of stuff I learned about. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But the last three planets basically in the solar system, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto, are kind of like a little bit out of control, I would say is the best way to put it. Or there's a little bit hard to predict is a better way to put it. Not necessarily out of control. And Uranus being in between those two is even more sort of harder to predict in my feeling. Now with the Fool is about new beginnings, right? He's the beginning of the major arcana. He's the beginning of the new journey. And I love that this puppy's got this stick. He's like ready to go. And he's like, yes, he's running towards the past as far as how I look at the reading, but I don't feel that that's the case. I feel like there's an excitement. There's a youthful energy to the Fool always. This puppy definitely expresses through that youthful energy to me, right? That excitement, that action, that let's get it going, guys, right? We might be ready to move forward on a project or on a desire and a path and opportunity that's come to us, right? And that opportunity, like for each one of you, can be presented as a different situation, right? Some of you, it could be a new job. Some of you, it could be a new relationship. Whatever that opportunity is, ideally, you're pulling that up in your mind right now and you're going, oh, this is what he's talking about, or this is the opportunity that I'm excited about, that I'm maybe a little bit fearful of, that I'm maybe a little bit challenged by, that I want to kind of step into, and I'm ready to do so, even though I may not have all of the answers, right? It may be slightly unpredictable, like the planet Uranus or Uranus, depending on how, you could have IBS. I don't know. It could be unpredictable. I'm sorry, that was bad potty humor. Um, I've been feeling very goofy this week. I don't know. It's good. It's good to feel goofy again. I like being goofy. But with this Fool, it is the beginning of a journey, right? With the Fool also becomes, in my opinion, it requires a certain amount of open-mindedness. And it requires a certain amount of like almost not necessarily naivete, but you want to remain open to the possibilities. You don't want to shut yourself off. That's like the youth of this puppy, right? Puppies are so trusting and loving, almost to the point of stupidity, right? And that's kind of how I see the Fool. He's walking that fine line of like being open-minded and open to new challenges, yet um, not necessarily letting societal beliefs or fears from his parents or fears from like, what he's been taught over his lifetime to stop him from moving forward. There's a renewal here, is how I feel, like this being represented by a little dog. And he's excited. He has this stick here. And the stick to me is not only a reward in a way, but it's also like a toy and I feel like a weapon. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I feel like we're secure to move forward because we have this stick in our mouth. It's kind of like, in essence, the walking stick that we might see the traditional Fool walking with, right? This little guy's got his stick, so he can walk safely along the path, even if he doesn't necessarily know what's in store for him, right? So don't let the fear and maybe that's why he's pointing to the past. It's like, don't let the fear of the past like indicate whether or not we're able to move forward, right? We want to move forward in optimism, in possibility, in exuberance, in excitement, in joy, right? That to me is all Fool energy. And oftentimes society or people close to us are going to be like, what the hell are you doing? You can't do that. Are you sure you can achieve that? Are you sure that you can make that happen? And it may seem a little bit off center. Okay, I'm just sort of waiting to talk about my personal life in these readings because there's something going on, but you guys are going to become aware of it at a certain point. But I have a bit of a Fool situation going on. And I go in and out of being sort of fearful of it, new beginnings and wanting to trust it and then backing off of it and then wanting to trust it. And the thing is that the situation in my opinion or in my life that I'm sort of, applying this Fool to is I have to weigh the situation. The practicality of it is one thing, but, the joy of it is another. And which one is it bringing me more of, right? And when I'm in the situation, I find I'm more happy and I'm joyful. It's not to say that the situation is perfect or easy, but it does bring me, like, at this point in my life, sort of, I don't know, in a really good amount of joy and excitement. And it is very unknown. And so, to me, I'm using that as an example so that you guys can apply that to whatever it is that you're looking at, dealing with, getting ready to embark upon, because that's definitely the Fool's energy. He's the beginning of the major arcana. He's card number 0. No numerological value whatsoever other than the beginning, So it's like we're in the stages of trotting off with our stick towards whatever it is that we want. And now remember, the grounding stone is this week is passion. What are we passionate about? And passion doesn't necessarily have to mean sexual or love-driven. I mean, it's love-driven in the sense that we're passionate about it, but our passion can be the work that we do, or the care that we give, or the friendships that we have, or the hobbies that we keep. What are we passionate about? And are we pursuing those things ultimately? Because that's the presence that we're supposed to be grounding in on top of all of this from Sunday's reading, right? So this Fool is about to pursue his passion, or we're in the beginning stages of pursuing that passion. So let's get on it, guys. Now let me look at the underpinning energy. I believe it was the 7 of Cups, but we're now in Friday, so we should be shifting into the third card of the Sunday reading, which is the 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles is setback, and we had that 7 of Cups too, which is confusion. And I kind of feel like this Fool to me is like, especially with the 5 of Pentacles underneath it, it's like there may have been times, and this might be why this puppy is pointed to the past. There may be times in the past where we have been set back, where we have lost, where we have suffered in some way, shape, or form, because that would definitely be Five of Pentacles energy. But here's the deal, guys. Have we learned from that? And I feel like the Fool, he's called the Fool for a reason. I think the reason is to be open-minded and full of possibility, right? And to not allow the past or experiences that we've already gone through dictate to us what our future may become. And the Five of Pentacles and the midweek card of the Seven of Cups really felt like they were almost trying to jump in our way and stop us. And I felt like the Queen of Cups, when she arrived in the midweek, was like, nah, Seven of Cups, I ain't playing that shit. I know I'm the Queen of Cups. You're going to bow to me. You're going to let me sort through you, and I'm going to pick the right cup. And even if it's not the right cup, I'm going to pick the cup that feels best to me, i.e. passion, right? Whatever inspires me. I'm just showing you guys some of the grounding stones we've had this week. And now we're at this place where we've got this Fool card going. Fool is major arcana, so this is a big choice we're making. This is a big embark here. This is a big, no pun intended, that it embark, and it's a puppy. But this is a big shift or change or pursuit that we're about to begin. And so we need to not let the Five of Pentacles energy sort of, influence us into a state of worry or fear that we reluctantly forego this or don't let it happen. That's my feeling. Now, what we can do with the Five of Pentacles is we can remember where we were, what we've experienced, and then hold those experiences or those challenges as wisdom, right? As knowledge. And I think that was one of our animal totem cards this week. The spirit animal card, something came up about wisdom, I believe. What was it wolf spirit? I feel it might have been. Wasn't wolf spirit? Let me see. Turn knowledge into wisdom was yesterday. And like, here we are again. And I feel like that's what this Five of Pentacles is trying to tell us is, yes, we've suffered setbacks in the past, but you know what? Don't let it stop you from starting something new. Don't let it block you. Don't shut off the valve, Sarah. Let it flow. All right, so let's get into the Spirit Animal Oracle and see what's going on, what spirit animal is coming to us today. It is Turkey Spirit, and I saw him on the deck yesterday, which I thought was interesting. He actually popped out of the deck, but I didn't call it out. 61 is a 7. 7s are about transition to me. They transition between the 6 and the 8. 8 is about like bringing back that balance into our life. Turkey Spirit is give with gratitude and grace. Okay. Turkey to me is always about Thanksgiving or sharing, right? I mean, obviously there's Thanksgiving, the holiday where we eat turkey, but there's a thing, I believe it's in Native American culture. For those of you that are Native American, please do not, correct me in the comments if I am butchering this, but I think that there's a significance in turkey feathers too, that when they're given to you, it has some, or I don't want to screw that up. So I'm just going to leave it alone because I'm not 100% sure, but there is some sort of Native American significance to the gift of a turkey feather. And turkey is about sort of giving spirit in that way. And maybe it's because he's associated with the holiday of Thanksgiving. I don't know, but there is about that. So let's read Turkey Spirit's story and see what he has to say. Oh, these dogs. I can hear them in the other room, and they're probably tearing up the furniture. Jesus. And I'm going way past the T's. QRS. Because I'm like, I can hear them, and they're doing what I call Thunderdome right now, where they like fight and not fight, but they like wrestle onto my bed. And it's just, they tear up the bed. All right. Give with gratitude and grace. Oracle message. Turkey Spirit's message for you is that you always have the potential for manifesting a rich reality. And I like that with the Fool. Speaking of which, the new moon is next week. No, the full moon is next week, not the new moon. The new moon is later in the month. Right? It is on the 28th. The full moon, just so you guys know, is on the 14th. Okay. A Turkey Spirit's message for you is that you always have the potential for manifesting a rich reality. For the turkey represents generosity and a celebration of abundance through giving to others. Give freely without expectation, and you shall receive, for the manifestation of abundance is happening right now. Align it by Align with it by sharing your good fortune with others. Whether you give money, loving guidance, a gift of listening, or kindness in any form, immerse yourself in the flow of generous abundance. Being a channel for Turkey Spirit and the desire of Spirit to see all beings experience the blessing of plenty. Give with gratitude and grace from a wellspring of love and compassion, knowing that Spirit will respond by giving you all that you need in this moment and all moments to come. The protection message is, are you giving in order to receive in kind, keeping tally of how much you have given and what is owed you? This is not the way to experience abundance. When Turkey Spirit is in the protection position, it is a reminder to let go of any perception of scarcity or fear that if you give too much, you will not have enough for yourself. Use your spiritual practices to reconnect with Spirit and remember how it feels to embody abundance, and you will give as much as is needed right now. Know that whatever you need to fill your stores is coming to you right now. Love, prosperity, knowledge, and assistance from allies who are everywhere and want you to be the abundance you seek. Turkey Spirit is here to tell you that everything evens out when you are aligned with the law of abundance, as Spirit wants you to be. Abundance is yours. And I think that's sort of also the open-mindedness of this Fool. Like, so I'm embarking on this journey to abundance. Like, let's do it. Let's transition into it. Let's use that 7 energy and keep an open mind and make it happen. Now let's look to the grounding stone. This is just a principle we want to ground in today while we're working through this stuff. And our grounding stone for today, I love it, because the whole Turkey Spirit is about abundance and the Fool is about being open to new ideas. Uranus is about, like, oncoming of new things from unexpected places, unforeseen opportunities, all of that. So associated with the Fool card, we have wealth. And wealth, to me, I'm just going to say this. I've said this in previous readings. Wealth, yes, automatically we go to money, right? We automatically think about money when we think about wealth. But there's all types of different kinds of wealth. There's emotional wealth. There's spiritual wealth. There's mental wealth, right? In the sense of, like, we can be sort of a highly intelligent or really smart in a very particular certain area of our life. We saw the 8 of Pentacles yesterday, which is that craftsmanship card, right? So focusing on that wealth of, where are we wealthy in our life? Where is it that we have abundance already? And how did we get there? And it's not that we have to recreate that to maintain or achieve the abundance that we want in other areas of our life. But when we focus and we run that abundance energy, we acknowledge, like, oh, I'm, really good with animals, or, oh, you know what, my kids, I've raised them really well, or all of these things that are forms of wealth, right? Forms of where we've done right, it's been abundant, it's been good. We open the door for Turkey Spirit and the Fool to come in and transform other aspects of our life, because we get into that grace and gratitude and generosity, even within our own self and our perceptions of who we are, what we've done, and what we've achieved. Wow, guys, that sounded really smart. I don't even know where that came from. But I'm going to say that's what you're to do today. Ground in wherever areas you feel abundant and wealthy, and then watch them open up as you share those areas, those gifts, those attitudes with others, or even just solely with yourself. But the more that you honor them and raise them up and exalt them would be the best word, the more they have room to grow and spread throughout other areas of your life. Okay? I think that is your reading for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Please hit the thumbs up button. I was going to say sign up. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Please share the video out and let others know about me. And say hello in the questions or comments if you found me. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. We'll see how this builds as we end up the week. All right. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.